Ghost said amen.
Amen.
To my friend of 40 years, the esteemed presiding elder of this district, Dr. Gill, Pastor Milton, you hit it on the head. You have to get to know him. There's a pastor sitting right there that can testify to that. Now, he can get wrong. But you know, it's best to get raw and tell folks the truth.
Tell the truth, yeah.
And laugh in their face and do something else behind your back. Pastor Wilson was on the money. We talk basically every day. Not for a long time. Hey boy. You all right? You all right? Yeah, I'm all right. You all right? And I hear about the goings and the owns on this Concord district. I got a quarter here, I got a quarter there, yada, yada, yada. So I partially know some of your business. And when some of y'all tick him off, I know about that too. That is exactly right, brother. He's my friend. I want to thank him for inviting me because with the quorum of preachers in our denomination around, he could have invited any of them to come here this week to preach to you. And I want to thank every pastor for your hospitality and being cordial. I have been places and the preachers are stuffed. I don't want nothing you have. I pastored 3 of the major churches of our denomination. I don't want nothing that you have. And when you realize that you're going to be standing behind this pulpit, maybe not this pulpit, but some pulpit somewhere. I've been preaching. I've been places to preach and preaching, look all up in the sky and all around there. It don't bother me, but I want to thank you, brothers and sisters, for being supporters by saying amen. Amen. Jesus said, you know the truth. All right. And I contend, if dummy dumb was behind this pulpit preaching Jesus, you could say amen. Amen. Well, why are you so late coming here tonight? What you hear? I want to thank my son. Now, I done cried twice this week. That's more crying than I do. All right. I talked with Sherwin Monday and he had me crying. And then Jeff presented me and he had me crying. And that's enough crying for the day, for this week for me. I won't cry no more until New Year's Eve, maybe then. I want to thank the director of Evangelism for your kindness, young man, and to all these young preachers. Let me tell you something now. I'm on my way home tonight, but I'm going to tell you. Keep your feet on the ground. Now, don't overestimate yourself and think that you have arrived where I am in 58 years. You got some steps to go. You got to pay some dues. Now, don't think because the folk that you preach to tell you, Reverend, you preached up for something here this morning. Don't you let that go to your head now. Oh, ain't nobody can preach like you. Don't. Let me tell you how I've made it 15 years. You got to stay humble. And when people compliment you, you cannot let that stuff go to your head. Because let me tell you, there's some drunks, there's some prostitutes, there's some users. When they get saved and sanctified and filled with the Holy Ghost, they'll outpreach you and me. Now don't think nobody can do it but you now. I would be a fool to stand behind this pulpit and say, Sherwin Greene is the greatest. No, no, no. I'm just one of the Lord's ambassadors. That's all I am. And when you get that in your mind and keep your feet on the ground, there's no telling where the Lord will take you to. Because you can't go around here thinking you all this. No, baby. The late Bishop Dunson used to say it takes 25 years to mold into a preacher. And you know, you think you're hot. Oh yeah, you do. Don't play me now. You can't play a player. You can't do that. See, I know by the way you walk. You think you got it. Why am I right? You think you coordinating together and all this together, and you think you got it. But baby, don't let it go to your head.
All right.
And the more you preach, the more you develop your gift. You know, I had a policy, I had preachers all around me, and I don't let no preacher sit around. I never let preachers sit around me. No, just can't be sitting around me doing nothing. You got to develop your gift. So Elder, thank you for the invitation, I appreciate it. And for your hospitality, you know, he's a hospitable person.
All right.
And we've had a good time, but the best of friends got to say goodbye. He has his way.
All right.
And I have my way. Last night I was putting something, I don't know what I was listening about. He said, why that refrigerator door open? I said, I'm ready to put something in it. Close the refrigerator door, you know. Amen. Because I never smoked. I was over last night, and he said, you got it so clean. He said, ain't nobody here but me. I said, wait a minute, Andrew. Let me tell you something. That came from his mother.
Right.
His mother was an immaculate person from the crown of her head to the sole of her feet. And she kept her home clean, so that rubbed off on him. It's nothing for him to get up and vacuum 2 or 3 times a week. That ain't nothing. His kitchen is immaculate. That's him. That's the way he carries on. So y'all pray for him that the Lord will give him strength. Hallelujah. I want you to open your Bibles tonight. Anybody remember how to keep from losing your mind?
Yeah.
God got me through it was last night. Is that right? Tonight I want to talk about shouting in the darkness.
All right.
In the 10th chapter of Mark, one of my favorite passages of Scripture. And it says, and they came to Jericho. And as he went out of Jericho with his disciples and a great number of people, blind Bartimaeus, the son of Timaeus, sat by the highway side begging. I'm going to stop there and just talk about shouting in the dark. You know, a whole lot of folk love to shout. But shouting is no indication that you're praising the Lord. Let everything that has breath. You cannot praise God until you worship God.
That's right, that's right, that's right.
Worship comes first.
That's right.
And then praise. Praise without worship is meaningless. You've got to know how to enter into the presence of the Lord. You can worship in your shower. And then you come out of your shower and give God the praise for the water that flows over your body. You can worship on your way to work. But when you get to work, you praise God for bringing you safe. Am I right about it? And here in this text tonight is a man born blind. But you know, Pastor, we got a whole lot of blind folk in the church. Blind just as blind as they can be. And they think that they can see. But you see, there's another type of blindness other than physical blindness. We've got a whole lot of spiritual blindness. You know, nobody seems to appreciate prayer meeting.
No, my, ain't that the truth? Yes, sir.
Everybody seems to think that they know the Bible. You know, it's one thing to know it and another thing to live by it. Like I told you last night, that you got to learn how to trust God. If you don't believe Him, why do you pray to Him? You come to church, this is blindness, you come to church every Sunday, pastors call for altar call. You come, and you bring your child, your problems, your whatever. And as soon as you get up, you go back to your seat, worrying about your child, your spouse, or your job. You could have kept your seat. Because if you don't believe it, there's no need to come here. Because when you come here, He said, cast all of your care on me. Now if you're going to cast them, you can't take them back. Am I right about it?
Good preaching, good preaching.
Blind. Blind. When it comes to helping people, we're blind.
Yes, sir.
Growing up as a boy in Goldsboro, I remember having a red wagon. And in our neighborhood, whenever people got sick, my grandmother would say, Sherwin, come on here and bring that wagon. And she would go get the sheets and whatever had to be, and we had a great big black wash pot. Y'all know, help me out somebody. And Mom would put them sheets in that pot and boil them and hang them on the line, take them in the house and iron them. Fold them up, Sherman, bring that wagon here. Load the wagon up, we would take it to whoever was sick. Let me tell you, don't you dare, you better hear me tonight. Don't you dare get sick and stay sick beyond 2 days.
All right.
You'll find out who your friends are. And you know what makes me mad, Wilson? If somebody come to me and say, if you need me, call you. You need to go to hell. You see I'm sitting here in need. When it comes to, I'm going to get to shouting in the dark in a minute, but I want to leave this foundation. We're blind when it comes to relationships in the church. Y'all go down that aisle, down that side, to keep from speaking to my boo who's coming down this aisle. You know, the Bible says if you have an ought with your brother, you need to go to him. And some of y'all, no, I don't mean that. I'm sorry, I mean that now. Some folk I know are going to hell because you got mess in you from years back. When I was in Alabama, Miss Thelma King, who was my secretary, was putting stuff together. I said, Thelma, put them with. She's a reverend. That's not going to work. I said, what are you talking about? She said, Reverend, it's not going to work. I said, Thelma, well, when she told me the third time, I didn't say no more. I went to her mama's house. Maddie loved to talk. I said, Maddie, I said, Thelma wouldn't put the prudes and the prudes and who was it? The Whitakers and the Smiths together. And I said, said, you know, Mr. Prude's daddy used to go with Miss Juliet. And around, said when Bishop Anderson was here, now this is in the 80s. I want you to listen to me now. This is in the 80s. Bishop Anderson pastored Hunter's Chapel in the 30s and said, you know, stuff got a little rough. And he went to live, him and Miss, whatever the lady's name was. I said, what? She said, yeah, that's what happened. And I thought, now here it is, 1983 or 84. And you mad with something happened in the 30s. And I said then and I say now, if your granddaddy, your daddy, your uncle, your husband left to go with somebody, that nigga wanted to go himself. Ain't nobody made him go nowhere. He went because he wanted to go. Ain't nobody took your daddy with your mama. He left on his own. You don't know what they were doing over there that she wasn't doing in the house. I wish somebody would help me here tonight. I don't feel good tonight. I don't feel up to it tonight. But Bay said, Bay, come on over here. But you act like you don't know what I'm talking about here now. There's a reason why he went. And there's no need for you to lose your soul over something that somebody wanted to do for themselves. Blindness. This boy was blind. And I love the way y'all know I'm telling the truth. Just say the preacher. Say the preacher is preaching the truth. Thank you, Wilson. In this text tonight, Jesus is leaving Jericho with his disciples. First thing I want to tell you about this man and talk to you about it is, Bartimaeus was desperate. See, until you get desperate about your situation, you will remain in it.
That's it.
You will do nothing. You know, you keep sitting, waiting, and you know all these pity parties have got to get over with. Some folk just love to have a pity party. How you doing? Well, you know, I'm doing the best I can. It's rough. And you know what makes me mad? When I was in the pastor and started talking about money. Pastor, you know we don't fix it. Hell, we all don't fix it. Get that over right there. We all don't fix income. Where you coming from?
Hey, what you
Well, let me know how I'm gonna be, but you know I'm gonna fix income. I'm gonna fix income. Anybody? So this boy was desperate. Here it is right here in the scripture. Verse 46. And they came to Jericho, and he sat by the highway side begging. Here it is in verse 47.
That's it.
And when he heard that it was Jesus of Nazareth, he began to cry out and say, Jesus, Jesus, thou son of David, have mercy on me. So you got to get desperate. You know, sometimes God has to take us down to the very bottom for us to realize that we are desperate, and without him, we can do nothing. So y'all want to act like you don't need no help. But the hymn said, I need thee. Every hour. I need thee. You got to get desperate if you want to change your situation. You got to learn how to get desperate. And this man recognized the only person